Now, we knew when they were ready to plant out because that was once they had their first true leaves. So the initial shoot that you see coming through the soil isn't their true leaves, those couple of tiny little leaves. You need to wait till the plant's got a few established leaves and then they'll be ready to move. Now, you don't want to leave them too long if possible because they can get too used to that initial surrounding and then they become a bit more vulnerable when you move them. So as soon as you see a few of those leaves, it is a good time to move them on. That was the point at which we moved them into these larger pots. Now, I think some people wonder how, especially if you're growing tomatoes indoors, obviously you're limited with the amount of space that you've got, so you don't want to go too large on the pots. My mother-in-law suggested that these pots were perfectly adequate size, but she took a look at this one and said, actually, you really do need to put a bit more compost into that to give it a better chance. So it's not ideal to start messing around with them once they've been planted, but she said very, very carefully, just tip this one out and just top up that compost so that this is right at the top of the pot. And actually, the couple of other ones could do with a bit more as well. If they are in smaller pots like these, you just need to be even more vigilant about watering them, about keeping that soil moist. And when it gets to the point where they flower and you want to start feeding them, also make sure that you regularly feed them as well, because they've obviously got less resources to draw on than if they were in a bigger pot. So that's something to be aware of if you're planting tomatoes indoors like we are.